Hello, and welcome back to Life Lessons with Sheila, and welcome to another TV series home building challenge. This week we are doing, as you can see, Reba. I love this show. I became not addicted, but I began watching the show a lot when I was in the hospital because of Hallmark, and my TV stayed on that channel a lot, so I became very comfortable with the show. But as you can see, she was a clear winner. So let's hop into today's build. This house is actually in Houston, Texas, where the show takes place. But they only use the outside, not the inside. The inside looks completely different than what you're going to see with the show and with my build. I built mine after the show itself. Reba is an American television sitcom starring Reba McEntire that aired from October 5th, 2001 to February 18th, 2007. The series premiered on the WB, where it aired for 5 seasons, with the 6th season airing on the CW. The WB and UPN merged into the CW in 2006. Most episodes were recorded in front of a live studio audience. In 6 seasons, 128 episodes, we came to love a family from Houston. Set in the city of Houston, Texas, middle-aged, wisecracking Reba Hart, played by Reba McEntire. Her life was thrown upside down when she finds out her husband of 20 years, Brock, played by Christopher Rich, has decided to divorce her after getting his dental hygienist, Barbara Jean, played by Melissa Peterman, who's half Reba's age, pregnant. Reba's life is thrown in a further whirlwind when her 17-year-old daughter Cheyenne, played by Joanna Garcia, also falls pregnant by her high school boyfriend Van Montgomery, played by Steve Howey. With all the new chaos and dysfunction in her life, Reba attempts to get through her day with her preteen daughter Kira, played by Scarlett Pomers, and 8-year-old son Jake, played by Mitch Hollerman. This family is so funny. I'm going to break down their characters in case you do not know and have not watched an episode. Reba Hart. Reba is a single mom who struggles with taking care of everyone in her house after her husband divorces her for his dental hygienist. She's temperamental and prone to sarcastic remarks, but Reba can also be kind and caring, and is usually the sensible one. Though she frequently moves between jobs, she eventually settles in as a real estate agent. Brock Hart, Reba's ex-husband, a dentist and a golfer who leaves her for his much younger pregnant dental hygienist, Barbara Jean. He is vain, addicted to tanning, and tries to convince everyone that he is still young. Brock sometimes shows regret for his divorce from Reba because of all the chaos it causes his children. His marriage with Barbara Jean is rocky due to the selfishness and impetuousness, but he is in love with her. Cheyenne Montgomery, Reba and Brock's oldest daughter, who initially is looking forward to her senior year of high school before learning she's pregnant. She marries Van Montgomery, who moves into Reba's house after his parents disowned him. Cheyenne gives birth to their daughter Elizabeth after going into labor on graduation day. She can be somewhat airheaded and self-centered, but she can also be thoughtful and kind-hearted. She's very sensitive, especially when she is insulted, mainly by Kira. Her work ethic and sense of responsibility improve as she raises her daughter and studies in college. Cheyenne also begins volunteering at a homeless shelter, greatly reducing her shallowness. When she comes to the realization that she's an alcoholic, she's inspired to discontinue dentistry as her major, and instead decides to study counseling for those affected by alcohol and drugs. She is truly her mother's daughter and cares greatly and genuinely for her entire family. Van Montgomery, the star quarterback of his high school football team, Van is kicked out of the house when his parents find out he plans to marry his pregnant girlfriend, Cheyenne. He consequently moves in with Cheyenne at Reba's house, and his future in professional sports looks bright until an injury to his tailbone reveals that he has a narrowing of the spine. He works to recover his life after loss of his football dream, and he eventually becomes a successful real estate agent in a partnership with Reba. Van is portrayed as a big goof and not good with words, especially when it comes to Cheyenne. Kira loves making fun of him. He is a great father to his daughter Elizabeth. He also bonds with Jake, though they grow more antagonistic towards each other as Jake grows closer to his teen years. He cares deeply for his in-laws, especially Reba, for taking him in and caring for him in his darkest hours. His relationship with his parents remains strained throughout the series, and they never truly make up. Kira Hart, Reba and Brock's middle daughter, who has the fewest emotional issues of the family. Many of her traits and looks come from Reba, including her sharp wit and knack for sarcasm, although she's known to be more manipulative and difficult. Kira has a constant need for this because, while she would like to live the life of a normal teenager, Reba, Brock, and Barbara Jean constantly saddle her with adult responsibilities, like watching the two babies, and severely meddle in her social life. Therefore, she always feels like she's being punished for the bad choices of dim-witted Cheyenne and Van. In the final season, she decides not to go to college and to focus on her music. Kira also likes teasing Van, annoying Cheyenne, and bullying Jake. During season 5, she appears in only 2 episodes towards the beginning of the season, due to Scarlett Palmer's real-life battle with anorexia. She returns at the beginning of season 6. I did not know that. It was interesting to read that. Jake Hart, Reba and Brock's youngest son. Jake is often teased by his big sister Kira. In earlier seasons, Jake sometimes is seen in only one scene where he cracks a joke or mentions something that involves a current topic. Jake is pretty oblivious about what goes on around him and has a habit of saying the first thing that comes to his mind without thinking, like most kids do. He acts like a normal boy for his age, although in earlier seasons he displayed feminine characteristics that worried his father, Brock. Barbara Jean Hart. Barbara Jean, also known as her initials BJ, was Brock's dental hygienist and had an affair with him as his marriage to Reba was deteriorating. She gets pregnant, though Brock and Reba are not divorced yet. Her comically religious behavior is phased out over the course of the first season. Barbara Jean is more intelligent than Van, but not by that much, but is more oblivious than Jake and is often an easy target for Reba's sarcasm. She is intimidated by Reba's parenting skills and history with Brock, and she spends much of the series desperately trying to earn Reba's friendship, much to the latter's constant annoyance. While noisy and eccentric, she is a kind-hearted person with good intentions, and by the end of the series, Reba reluctantly admits that Barbara Jean is a good friend. Her tendency to tell over-the-top tales results in her sharing many random and often bizarre facts about her childhood and past. The most that can be understood is that she was born in Friendly, Texas, and was known as the biggest baby in Juneau County. She has a sister currently married and a brother named Buzzard, and a father, Big Daddy, who enjoys drinking and hunting. Brock is afraid of both Buzzard and Big Daddy because he knows that they don't like him. BJ also claims to have an aunt who spits professionally. In the last season, she loses a considerable amount of weight and becomes a weather girl, stage name Stormy Clearweather, with the public access television cable channel. Her meteorological expertise comes from the fact that her butt-arometer can accurately predict rain ever since she was struck by lightning in her bedazzled, studded backside in 1982. In the very last episode, she trades up to her station's roving news reporter, calling her segment Babs Jensen Streetwalker. Elizabeth Montgomery. Elizabeth is a daughter of Van and Cheyenne. Elizabeth rarely speaks, although in the 9th episode in season 5 she says her first line, but it's sometimes shown in a family member's arm or running around. She's a happy child who is often shown giggling. In the 2nd season episode, And the Grammy Goes To, it is revealed that Van indeed named the baby after the star of Bewitched. Henry Hart, Brock and Barbara Jean's son and younger half-brother of Cheyenne, Kira, and Jake. He sometimes displays bad behavior, which leads Reba to believe that Barbara Jean is a bad parent. Reba, Brock, Cheyenne, and Van are the only characters that are seen in every episode. I love finding out little facts of these stories, these TV shows that we're doing their homes for. I'm gonna be quiet right now and let you guys just catch up on the build and see how it all comes together. This area next to the bathroom is going to remain empty if you want to turn that into a closet maybe. I am going to upload this on the gallery. It will be under my EA gallery name, which is SimzieSheila, I believe. I'll link it. I'll write it in the description box below just to make sure I have it right. These TV homes are so fun to do because it takes you back into watching certain episodes, like the dollhouse. That's there for Elizabeth. That was a gift from Barbara Jean, actually. Now we're upstairs. And mapping this out was a little difficult, but once I figured it out, I think I did okay. Not knowing where the rooms were exactly was a little bit of a challenge, but I made it work. That long hallway. My aunt and uncle had a long hallway in their home one time. It scared the dickens out of me. I don't know why. It's funny what kids get scared of, isn't it? Tend to pick the silly things. Reba and her red hair actually did have a red bedroom, if I'm remembering correctly. They only showed the bedrooms every now and then. The downstairs was more of the setting of the home. And Cheyenne had 2 twin beds in her room before a van moved in. They pushed their beds together. So that's what I did. I could have put a queen bed, I know, but I wanted it to be like the show. I don't know if eventually she did switch to a queen bed, but there was a scene where she was on the computer in her room where she mooned she mooned the football players, and someone took a picture and they were voting on the cutest bud. Kira. I figured that turquoise was a good color for her just because of her personality. Now to Jake's bedroom. And their shared bathroom for upstairs for all the kids. I did not decorate much in the bathroom this time. That clawfoot tub is from a Reba episode as well. Remember when she was dating this one plumber and he took her to buy a faucet, and there was a scene where she found a clawfoot tub and She got into it pretending like it was hot. It was funny. But I wanted to make sure she had her clawfoot tub. And of course, there's Elizabeth's bed. And of course, in the driveway are going to be some cars. There's Reba's, and then Van's truck that his father tried to bribe him to come home with. As I am just finishing up the outside and the little touches, I just wanted to thank you for watching these with me. Thank you for taking time to vote. And if you want to participate in my impossible shape challenge, I do have that up on the gallery. I also have that video where I shared how I created the shape. I would love it if you would do that and join me in that, and I will be touring your builds next Saturday. So I don't think there's going to be a TV challenge unless for some reason nobody participated. Then I will continue with the build challenge. I'll probably have a voting up for backup just in case, probably on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. And thanks for joining me on this Sims journey. It's fun. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a